What if the life you're living right now is not the result of bad luck, not circumstances, not other people, but a story your own thoughts have been quietly writing? And what if, with one small shift in the way you think, your entire destiny could begin to change? Stay with me, because this is not just a story. It might be the moment something inside you begins to move. In a modest town surrounded by busy streets and unfinished dreams, lived a young man named Elias. From the outside, his life looked fine. He had a job, a roof, food on the table. But inside, Elias carried a constant, invisible heaviness. Every morning, his alarm rang. Every morning, the same thought appeared. This is it. This is my life. He didn't say it out loud. He barely even noticed it anymore. It was just there, quiet, familiar, unquestioned. Elias believed he was being realistic, but realism, when left unchecked, often disguises itself as resignation. He walked through life expecting disappointment, so disappointment greeted him faithfully. Have you ever noticed that? Be honest. How many times today did your mind predict the worst before anything even happened? Elias wanted more, but wanting something felt dangerous, because hope, to him, felt like an invitation to fail. He told himself stories like, people like me don't get ahead. I missed my chance. Others are luckier. I'll try later. Latter became a very loyal companion. Years passed, and one evening, while sitting alone in his small apartment, Elias asked a question that frightened him. If nothing changes, will I still be here in 10 years thinking the same thoughts? That question stayed with him. Like an echo one night, after a long and exhausting day, Elias wandered into a quiet bookstore. He didn't know why. He just followed the feeling of needing something. He picked up a worn book and opened it randomly. The page read, "Your life does not move in the direction of your desires. It moves in the direction of your dominant thoughts." Elias laughed softly. "Sure," he whispered. "That sounds nice, but thoughts don't pay bills." Soft humor pattern interrupt. After all, if thinking alone could change life, we'd all be millionaires by now, right? Still, the sentence bothered him, not because it sounded wrong, but because it sounded uncomfortably true. For days, Elias tried to ignore it. He went back to his routines, his familiar frustrations, his mental loops. But now something had changed. He started noticing his thoughts, and what he noticed scared him. Every time an opportunity appeared, his mind said, "Don't get your hopes up." Every time he made a mistake, "See, you're not good enough." Every time he imagined a better life, "Who do you think you are?" These thoughts weren't facts. They were habits, and habits, repeated long enough, begin to feel like truth. A few days later, Elias met an elderly man at a cafe. They spoke casually, nothing profound, until Elias, almost without meaning to, said, "I feel stuck, like life is happening, but not to me." The old man smiled gently. "You know," he said, stirring his tea, "most people try to change their lives without ever changing the voice narrating it." Elias frowned. "What do you mean?" The man leaned closer. "Your thoughts are not passive. They are instructions." That sentence landed hard. That night, Elias tried something new. Not positive thinking, not affirmations shouted into a mirror, just awareness. When a negative thought appeared, he paused. And instead of arguing with it, he asked, "Is this a fact or a familiar story?" Sometimes the thought lost its power. Sometimes it didn't. But for the first time, Elias wasn't obeying his thoughts automatically. And that changed everything. Because the moment you realize you are not your thoughts, you regain choice. Make no mistake, changing thoughts is not easy. Old beliefs fight back. Elias tried applying for a new opportunity and was rejected. His old voice rushed in, told you, "Don't try again." For a moment, fear won. He almost quit. But then he remembered the question, is this destiny or conditioning? So instead of quitting, he tried again. And again, not because he felt confident, but because he refused to let fear decide for him anymore. One morning, Elias realized something startling. His life hadn't changed yet, but he had. He stood taller, spoke differently, chose his actions more consciously, and people noticed. Not because he was suddenly successful, but because he carried a different energy. A quiet belief. Destiny, he realized, doesn't respond to wishing. It responds to identity. Just when things began to feel hopeful, Elias failed, publicly. A big opportunity collapsed. People doubted him. Old thoughts returned with force. "This proves it. Go back to who you were." He sat alone again, same chair, same silence. And this time, the question wasn't gentle. It was urgent. Do I believe my thoughts, or do I believe the version of me that's trying to be born? He didn't know the answer. Not yet. That night, Elias wrote down every thought that scared him. Then he wrote a second list, what he would think if he trusted himself. Not fantasies, just fairer thoughts. More honest ones, thoughts like, failure is feedback. I don't need certainty to move forward. I can choose again, slowly. Those thoughts became his new default, and with them, his actions changed. And with his actions, his life followed. Years later, Elias walked past that same bookstore. Different man, different life, not perfect, but aligned. He understood now. Thoughts shape decisions. Decisions shape habits. Habits shape identity. Identity shapes destiny. And destiny, once thought fixed, revealed itself to be flexible. If you feel stuck right now, this is not your ending. It may be your turning point. Your thoughts are not harmless, but neither are they permanent. Change your thoughts, not forcefully, not perfectly, but consciously. And your destiny will begin to shift, quietly, steadily, unmistakably. And if you're watching this because you feel lost, confused about your direction, wondering who you're meant to become, then don't stop here. On your screen right now is another story. When you feel lost, watch this, a story about finding purpose. That story continues this journey. Click it. Let it guide you one step further, because becoming doesn't happen all at once. It happens one thought at a time.